The Lionheart Retro Series returned for round 2 at Michigan International Speedway last week. James Krahula, hot off a podium finish at Homestead, led the field from the pole. Big Joe would quickly challenge for the lead on the outside, but at first couldn't make it stick. Of course, if at first you don't succeed, try again. Finally, he makes the move work and brings Dan Guerin and Trevor Malone along with him. A few laps later, Dan Guerin would use this same move to get around Big Joe, this time bringing Malone and Homestead winner Jason Galvin. Those four would continue swapping the lead until lap 12 when the caution would fly for an incident between Tyler Turnbull and Brandon Hobart, collecting Stephen Pauly and Michael Lawler in the wake. Galvin would lead the field back to the green with the top three picking up right where they left off. The battle continued through the field until lap 29 when Michael Lawler made contact with Ed Tutwiler on the back straightaway, sending Lawler into the outside wall. Under caution once again, all but one car came into the pits, causing a jam at pit exit for some of the leaders. David Altman, having stayed out under caution, inherited the lead and would gap the field nicely on the restart. But once the other leaders caught up several laps later, Altman was no match for fresh tires and began to drift back. He wouldn't stay down long though, as the tires began to equalize between Altman and the leaders. He began to fight back and the field stacked up behind the raging duel of Trevor Malone and Dan Guerin. However, after staying out and gambling for a caution didn't work, Altman had to stop for fuel. At the halfway mark, names like Stouffer, Branch, and Mikas joined the group up front as Guerin and Malone refused to settle first position and continued lap after lap, side by side. That long green flag run spelled green flag pit stops, and Malone and Mikas were the first of the leaders to blink. Worn-out tires would catch Dan Guerin off guard, effectively ending his chance for a win. And when everybody had cycled through, it was James Krahula followed closely by Joe Branch up front. Bob Mikas made a bold move to the outside in his bid for the lead into turn 1, resulting in a two-wide battle for the final 3 laps. But on the last lap on the back straightaway, Stouffer takes it 3 wide with Malone and Mikas while approaching lap traffic. The resulting contact between Malone and Robert Bluen sent Malone spinning off towards the inside wall. Mikas continued unopposed to claim his first win in the Lionheart Retro Series, followed by Chris Stouffer and a hard-charging Big Joe Hassard. 2 ovals down, next up, the first road course of the season at the popular and legendary Watkins Glen International Raceway.